Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Tabitha Yont. I'm the owner of Elegant Homes and Interiors, and I'm super excited to be here. I feel like I haven't been on here live for quite some time, and so I think this is exciting. Welcome and Happy New Year to every single person that's watching. Yes, make sure that you guys give me some love and tell me, what did you guys get super blessed? I feel like I haven't talked to you guys forever, so hello, welcome back. Hello, Norma. Hello, Diane. And tell me, what is the number one thing that you guys feel like you were blessed with at Christmas and maybe New Year's too? Because I haven't talked to you guys for a while. Hello, Debbie from Louisiana. I just felt like it was so awesome to feel like the holidays were back this year. We got to spend time with friends and family and all the things. So I feel like we have, it was back. It was like Christmas was back. Even though I know a lot of us have missed a lot of our loved ones and some have passed and things like that. I still feel like we're getting back a little bit of normalcy. So that's what I'm grateful for, and I'm thankful for that. So tell me, what are you thankful? Are you thankful for something that you've received? Are you thankful for seeing family, friends? What did you guys do during the holiday season that you're so thankful for? While we're hopping on here and waiting for everybody to hop on here. Hello, Pat. Hello, Michelle. Hello, everyone. It's so great to see you guys. I know, I feel like it's been quite some time since I've seen you, and we've had a live and all the things. So now here we are. We're in the beginning of the new year, and I'm so excited. We have such wonderful things going to happen for the new year. Hello, Tammy. How are you? We have so many exciting events ready to happen during this new time for the new year. Thankful for my family time. Me too, Laura. We went, we had some parties at our house, some social parties at our house with friends and family and things like that. And then we also traveled a little bit, and then we came back. So we just feel like we've done all of it, and it was a lot of fun, and everybody was well, and everybody has continued to stay well. So I feel like this is a blessing for us, because last Christmas we weren't so well. So I just feel like that I'm blessed. I feel like that's such a blessing for all of us, right? Hello, Barbara. Hello, Gretchen. Hello, everyone. Oh, there's a lot of you guys on here. I'm so excited to tell you all the different things that are going to be happening. If I tell you all at once, you'll be overwhelmed. So I'm not going to be doing that. And unfortunately, my sister and her family can't come down with COVID. Oh, yes. And Debbie, I know. And that's what I was so worried. We had so many plans this Christmas and New Year's, and none of us got sick. So I feel so blessed for that. And I know a lot of you guys had some of your families that were sick and some different things, not just with COVID. A lot of the flus and different things have been going around. So I feel like we kind of missed that. So I feel really grateful for that. But we have some exciting things, guys, and so many things planned for this year. I mean, just some really neat workshops and all the things. So I can't wait. But you know me, and if you follow me at all, you know that we are going to have to declutter our houses. Now, I got to be completely and totally honest. I knew we were going to travel to Topeka area, which is Topeka, Kansas, which is about an hour and 45 minutes from us. And I knew we were going to do that in the new year. So I decided at that time that I was going to clean up all my Christmas before we left for New Year's. But that being said, what I did is I left some of the things out that I knew that we would be using for the workshop, so that we could get ready to do this winter workshop, because I knew once I cleaned it all up, the house looks really and completely bare. Does anybody else feel that way? It feels like, there is nothing in this house, especially when you're somebody like me, and I know a lot of you ladies are the same way. You have all these beautiful things in your house, and the house is lit up, and you have many lights and all the things, and then you take those down and it's like, wah, wah, wah. So what do you do after Christmas? And a lot of people ask me this. This is something that people ask me a lot. What do you do to decorate before, there's kind of a big gap between, New Year's and basically January or February, Valentine's Day. So what do you do to decorate? And so I put together a workshop, and it's going to be the Cozy Decor Workshop, Winter Workshop, and that is free to you guys. And if you haven't entered into that, I will send the link here, but we are going to be giving you a workshop talking about what you can do to make your house nice and cozy and bright during the winter holidays. I know here in Missouri, everything is kind of dead. We just had a big snowstorm that came here. Everything looks kind of gray. And if there's not snow on the ground, it definitely looks gray. So what do we want it to look like for us during the winter time? Right before we get to, we can do a little bit of things, but for February. And I have some things for that and coming up. But what do we do now? I am going to teach you all the pretty things to do for your house to make them nice and warm and cozy and all those little tricks and things. So stay tuned. And that is going to be Thursday, guys. You have to get into that group to see all those tips and tricks to making your house cozy. So get in that group. If you're not in that group, you will not be able to see all the lives. And there's going to be a couple different lives there. And then we're going to go into what you can do personally to purchase some of the little things. And some of the things I can honestly tell you this time, I really thought this out. And what can you do inexpensively for your home? And so we're going to give you some of those products that are inexpensive to get into your home. And so you're going to be able to purchase those at the boutique, so you don't want to miss this because there's not very many. We didn't want to give a whole lot of inventory for that per time. Hello, Cindy. How are you, friend? We didn't want to do a whole lot of inventory because it goes right into the other seasons. But today, if you know me, you know that we have to talk about purging, and that is so important. Hello, Renee. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Purging your house and getting your house ready is really super important. No matter what you do and how you're doing it, if you're in my elegant community, you hear this quite often, okay? You guys hear this a lot. Before I even go in to decorate homes and all the different things, I talk about this a lot. I talk about basically, you have to clean your house and get those things in those rooms organized way before we can go in and make them beautiful. And really, honestly, it's all about prepping your house is what I call that, getting your house prepped. And so if you have worked with me one-on-one, or you've worked with me in the elegant community, or you've seen some of the workshops, you will hear me talking about getting your house prepped and ready to get it decorated. And the main thing that you have to do is just really honestly declutter and reorganize it. And there's going to be lots and lots of tips in the elegant community. So if that's something that you're interested in, hop over there. It's $17 a month. You can't get it any cheaper to get a little closer to everything that we do and all the things that we love to do for $17 a month, guys. Seriously. Hello, Sally. Hello, Andrea. So we are going to be talking about lots and lots of declutters and tips, guys. I gotta tell you, I am super excited about this. Jason and I have been on a big kick about getting our house very organized, streamlining it, making it very simple and easy because, when you're running all the things that we're running, you kind of have to. And I love to have a beautiful home, and I love it to be organized, and I love it to feel good, and all the things. So I'm going to tell you exactly what to organize and what to declutter and what to do after the holidays. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I have to purge a spare bedroom to add a nursery for my grandbaby. How exciting, Peggy. I've heard you say this, and I'm so dreaming about that tour. You don't dread it. I do not want you to dread it because it's not. Once you kind of get on this cycle, what I've noticed people, and especially Peggy and whoever else is on here that really needs to do this to their house, I'm telling you, once you get on that bandwagon, it is so easy and it's so addicting. It's like eating a tater chip is what I say. And you think, I'll just have a few. And then you start eating them and it's like, I'm going to have to eat the whole bag. That's me. Okay. It's kind of like that with decluttering your house. You have to do it. And the best way to do it is it's like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. Okay. So with that being said, let's get started. I know a lot of you have put up your holiday decor, but I'm going to talk about specifically today about decluttering your house for Christmas. And a lot of times people are very not sure what to get rid of and what to keep and what not to. And I do a lot of decorating for Christmas, as you guys know, and even my own house and in other people's homes. So I see a lot of these same things over and over and over. So I'm going to help you. What do you keep? What do you get rid of? And what do you keep out to decorate with in the winter workshop? So here we go. The number one thing that I can tell you, the number one guide that I want you to do is don't start doing it all at once, okay? I want you to go into your house and look at room by room, okay? And I know you have heard this, but my number one thing to tell you is to look at it room by room, okay? That is so important, ladies and gentlemen that are on here, because I know there's men on here. If you start going down and you start ripping everything out of the the trees and everything out, you're going to be way overwhelmed. You're going to be like, okay, what did I do? How did I do this? And I cannot finish this. So look at it room by room and go through your house room by room, okay? And that's how I do it. And I think it's so important to do this when you're doing the decluttering for Christmas, because you have decorated it room by room, so do it room by room. And this is why I'm going to tell you to do this, is because I'm going to give you tips. The number one thing that I love to start with, room by room, is wherever your children play, okay? I go through people's houses all the time, and I'm decorating houses, and we never declutter the toys, okay? I know, that's a bad one. It's a hard one. But you need to declutter the toys. Your kids don't play with all those toys. I know. I have kids. I have them all the way from 20, well, she's not a kid, but I have them 20 all the way to 8 in my house. And I have kids all different ages. I have 4 kids in my house right now playing. It's 8-year-olds and down, and down to, I think he's 4. So I know what you're talking about, but those kids don't play with all those toys. Toys. So what I'm saying is you have to go through the toys and decide, what are they playing with? What are they not playing with? And I want you to always, always, always look at 3 different groups. When you're going to organize or declutter your house, you have to look at everything in 3 groups. The first group is, what can I donate? I think you need to have a donation pile. What am I going to keep? So you always have to have a keeping pile. And what am I going to toss? Okay? So you have to have a purging, like it's just done, it's been used, you've had it. Those are your 3 piles. You always, always, always have to look at everything like that, because some things in your house are worth it. They're just not worth it to you anymore, okay? And toys are definitely a donating space. Every child can use toys, used toys. So go and bless someone else and bless somebody else's home. So go through your kids' toys, and we're going to call this a 1 out of 1. When you start getting everything organized, what I want you to do is when you bring another toy in, you have another toy that's got to go out. And this is a simple rule to always keep your house very organized and very clean and tidy. And I use this rule. So when you bring a toy in, a toy has got to go out, okay? Not that we were always buying toys, but that's a good hint, okay? And that keeps your playrooms and those areas very nice and tidy. Make sure that everything also has I always like saying, if you bring something in your house, make sure that it has a home, okay? That's another rule that is so, so important, because a lot of people just don't do that. They bring these things into their house and they're like, what am I going to do with this? No. But when you're buying these things and you're having these things, make sure that they have a home and a space. Always, if I'm laying anything like this, for instance, it's just on my desk, but if this was something that I was buying, I always want to make sure that this is something that is always put up. I don't like things cluttering and just laying around my house. That clutters up my space, clutters up my mind, and it makes me in a grouchy mood. Trust me, my family will say yes to this. I think that always everything needs a space and it needs a home, okay? So those are my rules to decorating, or my rules to decluttering and organizing your house. The first one, you always want to have your 3 piles. The second one, you always 1 in, 1 out. That's a very important thing to know. And if you're bringing something in, bring something out. And that's really good with shoes. That's really good with clothes and all things. And keeping your house very organized and tidy, you'll thank yourself for it. So, okay, go with that in toys, guys. If you have grandkids or whatever it is, do that with toys. That's my first one. My second one, this is really bad, and I know a lot of you are not going to like me for saying this, but this is the truth. We all get these gifts, these guilty gifts, these gifts that people give us, and they have that truth at heart, but we feel like we need to keep them even though we don't want them. It's called guilty gifts. And the thing is we keep hold of them and we never use them. We just put them in a pile. We think we're going to re-gift them. We think we're going to use them, and we never do. It's okay. Every single one of us, I can guarantee you, get them. Why are we holding on to these, guys? Let's bless someone else. Let's put them in the donation pile and get rid of them. If you don't think you're going to use them in your home this year, let's donate them. Let's get rid of them. Let's bless some other family with them. They may love them. That may be something that they're needing. That may be somebody else's blessing. Just because it's not your blessings, it's someone else's blessings. So donate those things. Give them to another family that needs them. If that's soaps and lotions or whatever that may be. We're going to have some other guidelines to go through after Christmas. That's going with toys. That can be something that can bless someone else's family. So when you're going through these items, make sure that you really, really evaluate the situation and think, do I really need this? Am I going to really use it? If I haven't used it all year, am I going to use it this year? Probably not, guys. Let's be honest. We have to be honest. I got to be honest with you. I do this with my own self, and I go through my closets and I do these things. And I think, I really like this, and I really had good intentions. I'm not going to ever use it. Let's be honest. I haven't used it yet. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to toss it. I'm going to donate it, okay? So be honest, and you'll love yourself for it, I promise. Especially when you come home after working and doing all these things, you really will be so, so happy that you donated these things, okay? All right, make sure you do this room by room so that you don't get overwhelmed and you don't quit on me, okay? Hello, Rhonda. I'm with you. Gifts, not doing this year. I know you got to get rid of the gifts that you're not going to use. I promise you. And you're going to bless someone else. And you really will bless someone else by giving and donating those items. I'm not saying throw those away. I did not say that. I said to donate those. There's a donation, there's a keep, and then there's a trash. And that's not in the trash or keep. You've got to donate it. Okay, so those are guilty. That's the second one. The other one was toys. We went through those. Okay, old decorations. I said it. We all have it, okay? We all know this. I have decorated so many homes that I go into. And one husband actually stopped me this year as I was decorating the house. And he said, I will pay you. Don't tell my wife, but I will pay you to get rid of the extra baggage that we have in the boxes and the totes that we don't use in this house. He said, I can't stand it. He said, we don't even use them. And I have to be honest, he was right. He's completely and totally right. There were so many totes in that house that they don't use, the decorations and things like that. That could bless someone else. That can totally bless someone else. Norma, I hope that you get a better connection. I'm so sorry. I hope it doesn't say anything on my end, so I hope everything's good and everybody can still hear me. The biggest thing is with decorations. If it's broke, you throw it away. If it's something that's looking kind of raggedy or torn, you probably need to throw it away. Look at it, evaluate it. If you think someone else can use it and it's just something that you just simply just don't like because it's out of style or you're tired of looking at it, then you need to donate it, okay? Whether that's a ornament that's broke or something like that, then you need to throw that away. But if it's an ornament that's just perfectly fine and you're just tired of it, donate it. Donate it, donate it, donate it. Somebody could use that in their home probably and definitely could use it. So let's donate it. Let's see what happens with that. Let's be a blessing to someone else and donate it. So when I go through these, and if you've went through your totes, and we all have them, okay? We all have them, including myself. I got to tell you what we did. After this, I'm going to tell you my story of what we did. But if you go through those totes and you haven't used those things this year, if you did not pull those totes out and you did not use them in your house this year, donate them, okay? Donate them, donate them, donate them. Now, if they're broke, throw them away. But go through those boxes, go through those totes, and donate them or throw them away. You'll love yourself for it next year when you when you get all those totes out and those boxes out, and you went through all that stuff and it's all organized. It's amazing. It's like simply amazing. Now, the one thing that I love to do when I'm decorating and I'm organizing and doing all the things is I love to do totes by tree. Okay, so if you have a tote and you know that all these decorations, so you're taking down your Christmas tree in your living room and you know that you have the ribbon and the picks and the ornaments and all that, try to get a big tote or a small tote depending on how big you need it, and definitely put it in one or two if you need it, and label them: tree and living room, main living room, upstairs living room, however you want to remember that, so that when next year when you're going in there and you're trying to decorate, it just makes it so much easier. All you have to say is, oh, this tote goes here, boom. This tote goes here, boom. It makes your life so much easier. And this is what I do for myself. This is what I do for other people that I'm decorating with. And this is what I do for everybody. It just makes it life so much easier. Now, you guys all know that I put up like 8 or 9 trees in my house, full-size trees. So if I wouldn't do that, that would just be a chaotic mess. So that's one reason I say room by room, okay? Take this room by room. If something has been broke when you're taking it off the tree, throw it away. If you think, oh man, this is looking kind of ratty, toss it, okay? Just whatever you do, make sure that you go through those decorations one by one, off your mantles. Always try to make it, put them in the totes by your mantles. Put it in your totes as you're going through this and label the totes on the outside. I think I do mine by color. Oh, wow, B. I can't do it by color because if I do, I have 3 levels in my house and most people do it, then I would be running everywhere. So I just do it room by room, okay? So that's my thing. So go through the decorations. Keep everything that you think you're going to use, and don't keep it if you did not use it this year. That's my tip to you. Named totes is so important. Yes. So once you get that tote, make sure that you name it, that you're going to remember. Living room, main living room, decorations, put tree, or main living room, mantle, or tabletop, or whatever you want to do, so that you can pull those things out, and that those things come out and they feel, and you know exactly as soon as you see them, oh, that goes in that living room, boom, then you know where those go. That just makes your life so much easier, guys. I promise you, doing these tips next year, going into the next year, will make your life so much easier. Okay, as you're doing this, and you have to be honest with yourself. Are you using it? Is it something that is really broken? Is something that really is needing replaced? It's okay. If you don't want to go out and replace it today, I don't blame you. It's after Christmas. We're all kind of like, and you really honestly want to move on to the winter workshop and get some other things. If you don't want to replace it, which there is really good buys right now, don't worry, no worries. That you just take a little list and write it down. I always say my Christmas list, if I don't want to purchase it today, then when I go to get it out, it'll be there, okay? So that's another little tip. Always write what you need for the next year. Okay, so that's Christmas decorations. I'm going to give you another one. Look, number 4 is so important. A lot of people don't look at this as Christmas, but it is so important to do this, guys, because we all know we cook and clean and do all the things at our houses. But your kitchen is another thing that we have to declutter and purge. So look at your kitchen and go in there and start purging those kitchens. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you're like me, you entertain, you cook, you do all the things. And if you have not used those big pots and pans, or that blender, or that air fryer that your Aunt Cindy gave you, or your Aunt Nancy gave you, or whoever it is, then it's time to purge it. It's taking up real estate in your home that you need for things that you use, okay? It's so important to do this, and you'll thank yourself. I go to so many ladies' houses that say, wow, how do you keep it all so nice and tidy? I go into your house and I open the doors and everything's just so perfect. It's because we hold on to things that give us feelings, and the feelings don't really do much for us. It's just things, guys. We got to remember these. There's just things. And if you're not using those things, they're just taking up real estate onto things that you will use. So I want you to take inventory. And as you're going room by room and you're taking down the decorations and you're cleaning and you're doing all the things, I want you to go into your cabinets and look and take an inventory. If you have this big pot that you haven't put that turkey in a long time, but you're like, I might use it. You're not going to use it if you haven't used it this year. Okay? Go ahead, donate it. Donate it to someone that is going to use it. Because you know what? Like I said, you could be a blessing to somebody. Maybe they've been praying for that big pot, or that blender, or that air fryer, or whatever it is. More than likely, you're going to keep going back, and people are habits, by habits. More than likely, you're going to keep using the same habits over and over and over. So open those cabinets up, and the number one thing what do you think the number one thing is? While I'm talking, what do you think the number one thing that people have more than 10 of in their kitchen? What do you think? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the number one thing that people have in their kitchen, in their cupboards right now? If I go into your house and you have more than 10 of them and nobody donates them. Anybody know that? And you also get these as gifts and nobody donates them. Does anybody know? Cups, yeah, I would say it's kind of cups. Appliances, well, that is true. People always give you appliances. I'm not really sure why. Maybe they think you need to cook more. I'm not really sure why. But this is the number one thing that people have more than 10 of it, and they never donate them. They never donate them, and they get them all the time. It's mugs. That's right, Paula. It's mugs. Paula's the winner. It's coffee mugs. If you go, and nobody's going to use that many mugs. I mean, you might a little bit here and there, but coffee mugs. So if you open up your cabinets and you have more than 10 coffee mugs, it might be time to donate some of them. It might be time to be a blessing to someone else and donate them, okay? So I have the certain ones that I use over and over and over, and I love coffee mugs. We all know that because I'm a coffee drinker. Jason loves the hot tea. Our family's just those kind of people, especially this type of time of year when it's warm and it's cozy and you want those. Paul is laughing, and you really want those. And this can go along with, pretty glasses and all those things, although I'm probably never going to get rid of those because some things I do hoard, and I'll be honest, but you do have to get rid of some of those things. And coffee mugs are the number one thing that people will never get rid of. Isn't that crazy? I thought that was kind of interesting when I was researching this. They'll have more than 10, and people will continue to give them to you. And you're never going to get rid of them. So cups, old-fashioned now, they can come with mugs. Yes. And you know what? I was at my family's this year, and she was serving me some coffee in the morning, and she gave it to me in a glass. And I really like that glass mug that's all glass. I know, isn't that weird? I had never used that. And she's like, I'm getting into those. I really like this. Me too. So I use the same ones over and over and over. So if you have that, take those out. That's using your real estate. Get those cleaned out. So when you're talking about that, blenders, big pots, okay, I know all of you are going to relate to this one. Has anybody came to your house, bought you all the pretty, because lots of people do it and I love it. So don't stop giving me the great gifts that you guys keep doing it because I love it, love it, love it. But does anybody get the tins, the pretty Christmas tins with all the goodies in it? People bake and give me all the candies and stuff. I have oodles and goodles of those. And I keep thinking, I'm going to save them because I'm going to get something and put in there. No. You have to donate those, okay? You got to be honest. You've got to donate those. Those are keeping up precious real estate in your kitchen where you need to keep the things that you use in there and keep it nice and tidy. So if you keep getting those, donate them. And a lady told me this one time. She owns a bakery, and she says that she goes in there into these different places like donations, like Goodwill and all these kind of different places. And she goes and gets those because people will donate them this time of year. And she owns a bakery, and she goes home, washes them up, and keeps them. And that is a blessing to her. So if you have those, and she reuses those. So I think that's really, really good things. Those tins are great for storing Christmas decorations. Yes, they are. So if you are needing that, you can use those for Christmas decorations. You can use those for light bulbs. Those are really good for the little light bulbs, that we all lose. Or the fuses for those. There's all kinds of good tips for those. But if you have plenty of those, then go ahead and purge those and get rid of those and be a blessing to someone else. Okay, that makes dandy. That makes a dandy sewing containers. Ooh, Peggy. I never thought about that. Those would be really good because they kind of have great tight lids. So that would be really good sewing containers. So make sure that when you're going through these, see if you need them for somewhere else or something in your house, and then go ahead and donate them. Sewing baskets. Yes. Perfect. Okay, guys, those are the things in your kitchen. Go through those and make sure that when you're going through those that you give yourselves plenty of time to look and donate the things that you're not using. I promise you. Now, we're going to talk about food. This is a great time when you're going through your kitchen. It's a great time to go through your pantries, through your refrigerators, and be honest with yourself. Are you going to use these? Look at expiration dates, things like that. Make sure that all those are up to date. All those things are. If it's something that you're not using and it's not expired, you can always go to your local food pantry and donate those items. That's a really good thing. Especially this time of year, a lot of people have just gotten through the holidays. Money is a little tighter. So this is a great time to be able to donate those items. And so if you're not going to use them, be a blessing to someone else, donate them. And if they are expired, we definitely want to make sure that we do not get sick and get some kind of flu, and that we toss those things. So this is a great time to go through all kinds of different things like that, okay? So that is a perfect thing to do. So that's your kitchen. Okay, number 5. You want to hear number 5? Things after Christmas that you should purge and look at. This is really hard for me because I got to be honest. I love getting all kinds of boxes and bags and all those things for Christmas. Are you like me, or even like birthdays and things like that? But this is a great time to go through your boxing, your wrapping, your bags, your Christmas, your decorative bags, all of those things. This is a great time to go through them. And if you're not going to use them and recycle them, it's a time to toss them out, okay? I love, love, love this time of year because I go through all of those and I make it very, very tidy and neat. I like to have one tote that has pretty much all my tags, my bows, my ribbon, and things like that. I love to be able to have my scissors, my pins, my wrapping. I love to have tape on hand because I'm always wrapping presents for gifts and things like that throughout the year. But this is a great, great time. Yes, I don't toss them. I just make sure that they're usable. I always keep all this stuff. I make sure that they're usable because I always put them in bags and then I just store them. Well, I don't do that. I go through that and I make sure that they're usable again, and I make sure that they're properly stored. And if you have bags or boxes that you've gotten for Christmas and you want to store those, fold them back to the old way or the new way that they were actually purchased. That's a great way to store them. Get a tote, get a large tote, and stack them in there just like this. And I do that according to holidays, birthdays, and things like that. So when you're going in there, you can honestly go in there and you're like, oh, I need a birthday gift and I need a bag. I need this. And then I have my little tote that I get out and I have all my bows, I have my wrapping paper, I have my scissors in there, and everything is all organized. This is a great way to get organized in that area. If you have wrapping paper, make sure that you have rubber bands. I always make sure that all of my wrapping paper have rubber bands at the top and the bottom so that the wrapping paper is not flying everywhere, and I make inventory for that. And just make sure that when you go into doing all that, that's a great time to do it. Let's make sure that you have plenty of it. If it's just got a little bit left, toss it because you never know. If that's something, or you can always fold it and put it in with your bags. You might have a small gift that you can use it again. Wrapping paper and all those things are awesome things to have on hand. I love, love, love having those on hand because I'm always wrapping presents and doing that in a big household like I have. Hello, Barb. Hello, everyone. I keep seeing everybody say hello. Hello, ladies. Thank you for coming on here. It's so important to have those on hand when you're doing that, and it's so nice to have them organized. Okay, this is a great time, though, to make sure that they're not ripped, the bags are not ripped, they don't have names on them, and things like that. If they do, there's different ways. You can put name tags over the names and stuff like that and reuse them. So don't always just discard them because they have a name on them. Sometimes you can put another gift tag over it and reuse it. But if it is ripped, that's a good time to just toss it out because more than likely you're not going to reuse it. But I absolutely love, 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 love to get that organized. And you will love yourself for it because when you go into your pantry or wherever you keep these, I keep these in my storage. I have a huge storage room. I keep these in my storage room. And then I love it when I go in there and I have to have wrapping paper or wrap anything for birthdays or anniversaries or whatever I'm trying to do. Or, wedding gifts or whatever. It's nice to have that all organized. So that is one of my things that you have to organize after the holidays. That's a must. And I don't know about you, after the holidays, after wrapping 10,000 gifts, it feels like it's pretty trashed. I mean, that's just like flying everywhere, especially Christmas Eve. It's like, it's crazy. So I love, love, love to make sure that I have that inventory, that I have lots of tape and all the things that you can get. And those are wonderful items to get right now because you can literally get them for next to nothing. So get your inventory up and make sure that you can go to, Walmart or Home Depot. They have them everywhere. So go get your paper and go get your bags and if you don't have lots of them, go get them because there's plenty of time to go do that. And I'm sure that they're all on sale, and that's plenty, plenty, plenty. To get your stock up for next year. I love doing that. Hello, Michelle. Happy organized New Year. Yes, there's nothing better than getting organized after the holidays. It feels like a party. So I'm going to give you one extra tip for this after getting organized after the holidays. And I love, guys, she just will not quit. When organizing and doing all this for everybody else, I have noticed that three things that people do not, I don't know why, 3 things that people do not ever want to let go of. And I think that I see this over and over and over. And I'm going to tell you some different tips to that. And so right now you can get some of these things very inexpensive, or you can put it on your list and I love to do that, put that on my list for next year, so that you can actually buy those things before you get started. I bought a label maker and a couple years ago, and best money spent. Yes, Debbie, because you can label all those totes and different things like that. It is very awesome. If you don't, you can always get, not this is clear tape, but you can always put tape on the outside of your totes and label them that way, so you can peel them off if you don't ever use them. Hello, Sierra. Okay, so 3 things that people do not ever want to honestly get rid of and replenish for the next year. One of the things is garlands, okay? I always talk about how pretty garlands are, how you can decorate them everywhere. You can put them in your trees, you can put them on your mantles, you can put them anywhere. You can put them above table shelves and different things like that for displays. But people do not want to purchase these. After they got them, they keep using them and they look kind of spriggy. Let's be honest, guys. After a few years, they need to be replaced. So if your garlands are looking terrible, let's be honest. Let's donate them. Let's throw them away if they're broken. Whatever it needs to happen there. Let's make sure that we put some new garlands on our list for next year, because it just makes everything so fresh and pretty. And yeah, you'll thank yourself for that. So look at your garlands, look at your picks, look at those things and see if they need to be freshened up for the next year. If you haven't done that in the last, 2 or 3 years, it's probably time that you get some new ones. I'll be honest. I notice that when I go to people's houses, that's the first thing I look at is that. Another thing that I tell them, the second thing is ribbon. I have noticed that people, I always show them how to, in the Elegant community, I'll show you how to really store your ribbon and things like that. And we'll have some more tips over there. So if that's something you want, then get into the Elegant community. But your ribbon is something that's very important, that if you have used it for the last, 2, 3, 4 years, it's probably time to refresh it. A second thing is, if you have updated your Christmas tree, and you went from a 7.5 tree to a 9-foot tree, you got to redo your ribbon. Ribbon is, you cut that ribbon based on your tree size, okay? And so if you freshen up that ribbon, then guess what? According to that tree. So when I go in there, you go in there to start decorating your tree, it's not going to be cut perfectly to your tree. So you need to freshen up that ribbon, okay? Especially after so long, we can really make wired ribbon look good, but after a while, it's starting to look tattered, it's starting to look bad. Time to refreshen that up for the next year. So put that on your list, or go out and look for some ribbon. More than likely, the ribbon that you're gonna want is probably all sold out. So just make sure that you know that in the beginning, so you really buy that in the beginning when they have some really pretty ribbons out, because usually those sell out really fast, okay? Okay, the next thing is picks. I've already mentioned that. Look at your picks, guys. If your picks are looking really frumpy, the wires are starting to kind of flump down like this. They don't really hold up to their beautifulness, their challengingness. They're real fluffed, like I show you on all of our lives. It's probably time to go ahead and donate those and get those on your list as well. Okay, guys, I've told you the 3 things. I've told you some different hints and some different things to get started with getting rid of your decorations. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope that you guys found that this was helpful. I hope that some of this you will utilize some of these things. Not maybe necessarily all of it, but hopefully you guys can bring some of these in. Can't go wrong with silver, white, gold, and red. No, you can't, Debbie. That's always a good one. So I hope some of these tips will help you guys get started and get some of your things put up. But I'm super excited. I do want to announce that we're going to have our Cozy Decor Winter Workshop Thursday, okay? We're going to have that. This will be super helpful to all of you. We're going to have it January the 6th. We're going to have 2 different lives that day. We're going to have one at 6 and one at 7. And we're going to be showing you all kinds of different tips and tricks to decorating your house and making it all nice and cozy for the winter holidays. Yes, great tips. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Laura. And I definitely want to make sure that you guys are in there. That's a free thing. And we'll have lots of tips. And some of the things that I really want you to do as you're putting up your decor is to make sure that your trees are left out. Your little holiday trees that we talk about, we definitely want to make sure that that is left out, because we can use some of those in the winter workshop. Very informative. Looking forward to it. Yes, me too, Paula. I'm so excited. We have such weird times. I know that some people are out on the coast to coast. So make sure that you get the Central Time, because people have asked me that. They're like, I didn't get it because I thought you were on time at 6 and 1 and 7 and all those different times. So it's Central Time is where I'm going to be. So make sure that you're in there. And yeah. We're going to give some giveaways and do that. So we're going to have some fun, guys. So make sure that you're there Thursday. I'll be going live probably every day, maybe here and there, to let you guys know about this. But I hope this was helpful. Make sure when you're putting up your Christmas decorations, make sure you leave your Christmas trees out or anything that has snow on it. Okay? Anything that has snow or anything that's snow flocked or something like that, we're going to use it. So you're going to want to leave that stuff out. Okay? Thanks, just took down my Christmas and decorations, but I will keep some of the small greenery out. Yes, keep some of your small greenery out because that goes all winter, okay? So you guys will thank yourselves for that. Candles, yes, we're going to have lots of candles, talking about candles and all the pretty things. So I will, if not, see you before. I will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you sprinkle this if you felt this was informative and all the things. So, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.